Under Detroit skies, we roam so free. Two souls bound by fate and mystery. Cousins by blood, but deeper we go. Secret world, only we know. Whispers in the night, they call us near. Voices from the past, crystal clear. We're tuned to the stars. We're hearing the song. Clairvoyant hearts, where we belong. Marcus and Orsa in the glow of the night, dancing with spirits, bathing in light. Cousins by blood, but deeper we go. Secret world, only we know. Whispers in the night, they call us near. Voices from the past, crystal clear. We're tuned to the stars. We're hearing the song. Clairvoyant hearts, where we belong.
What's up, everybody? This is Marcus.
And Osa.
Osa for short. You can give me your full name. It's okay.
Osaranga.
Osaranga.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? This is our very first podcast, very first episode. We'd like to thank some people, get that out the way. The TWF has been amazing working with them. They're like family already, been family for years, so it's all good.
Yeah.
My name is Marcus again, and I am clairvoyant. Let's start off with that. Let's get that out the way. Put the pink elephant in the room, right? Now, those of you that don't know me and don't know me in that light, clairvoyant means all seeing, basically. So I get images in my head, I see things, and when I explain it to other people, it makes sense for them. Otherwise, it's a bunch of images and pictures. It's almost like holding a snapshot up to your forehead, and you look at it, you process it, and then it don't really make sense to you, but the person you're talking to understands it totally. That also means people call it psychic. People call it clairvoyant. I tend to like clairvoyant because it's in the middle. You know, the Christians, they call it a prophet of the Lord and stuff like that. You know, it's one of those things. But I am a clairvoyant. I'm a medium. I'm a little bit of a precog. I can't pick 6 numbers for the lottery, so don't ask me. Been there, done that. You know how people get. But tell me 6 numbers. You think I haven't tried that already? Get out of here. So, and I think that's just like a quick snippet. Osa, go ahead, tell them something about you.
Okay, well, my name is Osa. I am Marcus's cousin. I was born as Portia, so you'll hear the interchangeable name throughout the show, but it's still me, right?
Yep.
So I am a holistic doula. I am a spiritualist. I do tarot and oracle readings for spiritual guidance here in Detroit, Michigan. I'm also a Reiki practitioner, and I facilitate healing ceremonies and sound therapy group sessions. So yeah, I just be out here doing my work. I let spirit guide me to the work that I'm doing now, and I am grateful for it.
Amen.
And I'm also a mother. I have a little toddler.
Oh yeah, we might not want to get too loud because
she's taking a
yeah,
little nap. So
you will take over.
yes.
Yeah, that's a quick little one. And yes, we are cousins. We are actual blood cousins. I literally changed her diaper when she was a baby, and me and her mom are like 3 years apart. We actually attended high school at the same time, Chadsey High School, Detroit, Michigan. Shout out to Chadsey, class of 90 myself, her mom, class of 87. And so when Osa, I was about to say Portia, but when Osa got here, I was actually funny quick story was watching her because her mom didn't want to be a mommy. Um, and basically, I was watching cartoons. Let me just be honest. I was watching cartoons. It was something good on TV, and
And it was.
literally, all I heard was, and she fell off the couch,
You didn't
landed
drop
on
me.
her stomach, and right at that time, her mama come walking in the room. You dropped my baby, and I'm like, oh God! I was like, look, it was just a little air got knocked out of her. She okay? And so I picked her up. I'm like dusting her off and stuff.
And they call me Looney. Nah, no, I'm just playing.
Right. Yeah.
But
Cousin
yeah, I hear that
connection.
story so much.
It was hilarious. The connection is basically there. When I started my journey into being clairvoyant and trying to figure out what that was and what that meant, I literally like didn't know because I experienced a whole lot of deja vu growing up, especially in my teens before I got out of high school. And to the point where somebody could walk down the street. I won't say her name because I don't want to embarrass her. But good close sister, god sister of mine, come down the street. I'm sitting on the porch with our grandfather, Ulysses, who basically was a laid back, no nonsense kind of guy. And he literally like couldn't take any jokes and stuff like that. But literally we sat on the porch and watched this lady walk down the street, and I saw this in my head because it was like deja vu, real strong. And the
Hmm.
first thing I said was, she gonna trip, she gonna fall in the bushes. And he looked at me like, man, why would you say something like that about somebody and stuff? And I'm like, you don't remember this happening? And he literally sat there. I mean, it wasn't 4 seconds later. She waved, hey y'all, and then she and slips and something wrong with her shoe, and she went head first into the bushes.
Uh-huh.
And he looked at me and was like,
Hmm.
and he told grandma about it too. I think I don't know if I told you that.
Hmm.
When he came to me after he passed, that was my first time experiencing like a medium situation, experiencing somebody that's on the other side trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was emotional for me because it caused a lot of lumps in my throat. I had the watery eyes. I'm sitting up there because I missed him. He passed. And he's telling me to, tell grandma to go check the box in the closet for the money. And I'm like, what? And I just told grandma what he told me.
Hmm.
He found the money.
Hmm. That's
And
good.
that's like oh God, yeah. You know a story that just reminded me of too.
With the story from the night he transitioned, or
The
yeah.
night he
So,
transitioned.
so yeah, I think that you should tell people about how that night went for you.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Why not?
Why not?
That's
Well, it's a good one. It was in my early days of learning I was clairvoyant. Um, Clairaudience, you hear things that other people don't hear. Clairgustance, you smell and you taste things other people don't experience. Clairsentient, you feel emotions, you feel stuff, connections to other people that you can't really explain. And a lot of times, clairsentient is mistaken for women's intuition. Well, it actually is women's intuition. It's just clairsentient is another name for it, another way of pronouncing it, basically. So women's intuition is very real. Um, but that night, I was home by myself. I think I was what, 17, 18, somewhere around there. 17, I think.
I believe 17.
I was about 17. Yeah. And Daddy was in the hospital. We always called him Daddy. There was no granddaddy, grandfather, none of that. He would do this and look at you, and you knew you were in trouble. And
Mm-hmm.
he had been in the hospital for cancer, back and forth, and they literally like gave him so long to live, and he lived past that. And Grandma was in the hospital with him, so I slept downstairs in the living room on the couch, and literally, I think it was 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe 2:30, something like that. Um, I was so mad because it was like The phone rang.
Mhm.
I heard the phone ring. I said to myself, the phone is ringing. Get up, go answer the phone. And I went up, got to the phone, and then picked up the phone and I heard a dial tone. And I'm like, okay, maybe the phone wasn't ringing. So I said, okay, never mind. We'll figure it out. I go back, lay down, watch TV again. I wake up to hear the phone ringing again. This happened like 3 times to the point where I was sick of getting up, going to the phone to answer it. Finally, the phone rings and I look at the answer machine and the phone. I'm like, I'm not getting up and coming over there. And then I heard grandma's voice say, Marky, just wanted to tell you daddy just passed. And I was like, and was like shook. Not to mention a couple of times I heard the doorbell and I went to the front door, but I wasn't opening the door. Now, I got the exact same time. You got to take over from here because at that exact same time, guess what was happening?
I was having an experience myself, and I was only 2 years old at the time.
Yep.
Um, so around the time he's having his experience, I'm in my playpen, as I'm
Mm,
told by my mother. My father was in the bed sleeping. My playpen was in my parents' room. My mom was in the dining room on the phone with her best friend. So she mentioned how she heard me saying "dad, dad, dad, dad" and crying hysterically for "dad, dad." So when she went in the room to check on me, I was crying. I had my arms up, like kind of facing the wall, and
reaching
my
up in the
my
air.
father was sleeping behind me in the
Yep.
bed. So I'm like, "Dad, dad, dad, dad," and I'm crying hysterically. And she on the phone with her best friend, like, I don't know what's wrong with her. She just keeps crying and she's saying "dad, dad," but she's not facing her dad. Like, I don't know what's wrong. And then I just stopped crying and went straight to sleep, just laid down in silence.
Yep.
And she said she received the call maybe 30 minutes later from my grandmother that my grandfather had passed.
Yep.
So he literally came to visit both me and Marcus.
You forgot one part too. Your mom told me
Okay.
when she walked in and looked at you as you were reaching up in the air, you kept saying, "I want to go, I want to go."
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot she did mention that. So yeah.
Got that part. Yeah, that's
Oh,
deep.
yeah.
That's deep. That mean he
That just
came to
brought
visit
some
us.
emotions
He
in my
came to
heart.
visit us both. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. And he's such a powerful ancestor, still to this
definitely.
day.
Yeah,
I contribute a lot of my growth and my gifts to him because he was my guide and my guardian through it all. So shout
definitely.
out to Ulysses. We say your
U-
name.
Ulysses.
Yes.
Was it Cornelius? Middle name?
Um,
I think it's
Pernell.
Cornelius. Cornel.
Yeah, because Devin got his middle name too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devin called me a minute ago.
Um,
We'll
so
talk
yeah.
about some of the other gifts that's in the family.
So yeah, my mother has the gift of smell, Clairagustus.
Hmm.
Um, my aunt is a medium as well. Me and her actually took some medium development classes together.
Yeah,
Um,
she's very clear audience. You talking about Juan?
yes,
Yep, very
and
clear audience. She hears a lot of stuff.
isn't she good with numbers too?
Yeah, she now that's who you get your 6 numbers from is her because
Yeah, hit up my
she
aunt Juan,
be
right?
hitting. Yeah.
And then even grandma.
Yeah, our
Um,
grandmother was the matriarch of the family and
yeah.
she interpreted dreams for us. Like every time we had a crazy dream, it was yeah, what's that about? I don't understand. We would go ask her and she would translate that dream to the point where she could say tomorrow at 4 o'clock, drink a full glass of water and don't leave the house till 4:25.
Mm,
And whatever she told you, you did it because it made sense. And she would pray over you and explain that dream. She would pull out the Bible. She did all of that stuff. She's very spiritual, very religious. But
mm,
every time she interpreted those dreams, they were spot on, spot on, spot on.
mm.
Every time.
Yes, very gifted. And her prayers are like none other. Like her
Hmm.
spoken word, it shifts realities. It shifts whatever you're going through instantly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And
My
whenever
grandma's
to this
prayers
day,
were
whenever I don't feel good or something's wrong with me, I could pray to her and
mm,
literally say, come see me. I miss you, whatever. I was in a
mm,
bed sick. I had major surgery 2 years ago.
mhm,
And I remember after that surgery feeling so bad. And I mean, laying in the bed, just not wanting to do nothing. And I felt her and saw her walk in my room, sit on the bed next to me, and she did this and rubbed my face. And then she got up and walked out. And I mean, that pain went from like a 9, 10 down to like a 5 instantly. I sat up in the bed and was like, what in the world was that? Like, I want to cuss. What the fuck? And I was like, it's like, damn. So
Yeah.
that's why we put this podcast together. We wanted to talk about stuff like this,
Mhm.
have the conversation, say the stuff that most podcasts out there ain't really talking about, this type of stuff.
Right.
Now, by day to pay my bills, I do real estate. I do luxury investments, first time home buyers, sellers, land, a little bit of commercial, real estate in Metro Atlanta. I live in Atlanta now. I've been in Atlanta for almost 27 years now. So I left Detroit a long time ago, but that's still my home.
Mm.
Yep. And so, what things do you want to bring out in the podcast? What do you want to discuss and bring up and talk about?
Well, I'm here to talk about it all, honestly.
You can get deep,
Whatever
deep.
it is that comes up, like it's no bars holding us back. I definitely want to display our cousin connection because my cousin is very, very special to me. Um, Even with me being, me
Oh, here's a
operating
drum.
in my gifts, a little cheers.
Mm.
But even with me operating in my gifts, in the beginning of my journey, he is who I sought after to get understanding, to get clarity, and even for readings. He helped me a lot with staying grounded and truly trusting myself. So he is the person I go to for readings. Every healer needs a healer, and he's mine.
Okay.
He's
I
also like,
appreciate
my best friend, best cousin. He always look out for me, and whenever I come in town, the hospitality is immaculate.
it.
And we have a great time. It's always a vibe with us. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and we like to talk shit. We like to have a
Okay.
little sip and have fun, and we
And
plan to
crack
show
jokes and
y'all.
laugh. Yep.
Yes, and we plan to show y'all exactly that.
Good. I love that.
Yes. So
All
I
right.
guess from here, would you like to take a quick break and come
It's
back
not a
in?
bad idea. We can take a quick break, pay a couple of bills,
Mm-hmm.
and let's go from there. And then when we get back, we're gonna talk about kind of like teasing what's gonna go happen like this season and during these episodes and some of the guests. Oh, we'll mention one guest.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
talk about that. Let's take a quick break.
All right. See you in a minute.
This song is dope too, by the way.
Under
Y'all
Detroit
listen.
skies, we roam so free. Two souls bound by fate and mystery. Cousins by blood, but deeper we go. Secret world only we know.
Caught me in mid swallow.
Gotcha. It's like,
Hey, Marcus and Osa. I just had to call you to tell you that the news of Cousins in the Cosmos is really making the circuit. Congratulations on a hit show. Now listen, you guys know how our community loves, honors, and reveres the color purple, movie included. And I heard wind that you've got a beautiful soul with a royal purple-colored aura meteor headed right for your studio next week, named Fiore. Now, none of us can wait for that one. But now for the real question on my mind. Why haven't I received my invite to be a guest on Cousins in the Cosmos? Now listen, don't make me show up at that TWF production studio place and show my bad manners. Okay, babies, keep up the good work, and I'll be checking my mail daily for my invite. See you soon.
awesome. Aparicio and Octavius roll like tides. College days, Clark, Atlanta, where it all collides. Fred stepped in, the trio came alive. 3 voices, 1 mic, now the stories thrive. Late nights, deep talks, the bonds grew tight. From dorm room dreams to the podcast light. Brotherhood on air, we laugh, we share. Spinning life stories, no truth left spare. Brotherhood on air. Pull up a chair, 3 minds, 1 heart, we're everywhere. Brotherhood on air, we laugh, we share. Spinning life stories, no truth left spare. Brotherhood on air. Pull up a chair, 3 minds, 1 heart, we're everywhere.
And again, while we on break, we
Spiritual guidance readings, and I'm also a shamanic Reiki practitioner. So you can get more information by following me on Instagram at Urban Goddess 88. And also on Facebook at Urban Goddess. Okay, and I also do a sound therapy, and I'm a holistic doula. So any mommies out there that's going through pregnancy and is interested in having a self non-medicated birth, but self-advocacy, and having a doula present with you, all for tapping into your power, trusting yourself, and returning back to what our ancestors have been doing for centuries on centuries. Okay, so I'm here. Just reached out to me.
That's dope.
Thank you.
You about to blow up.
It's time.
It's time for real.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just excited
kinda,
to be here.
yeah, I kind of stopped doing readings. I used to do readings all the time, like 4 or 5 readings a week, and I kind of cut back. My energy was kind of off, and I just wasn't feeling it for a while. I just started doing them probably like 3, 4 months ago, and started doing readings again.
Well, yeah, you definitely need to get back into it because you are truly talented.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're
Oh, I
welcome.
also wrote a book. I'm a published author. My book is called Clairvoyant, My Definition, My Story by Marcus Howell. Me.
That guy right there.
Clairvoyant, My Definition, My Story. It's on Amazon. And I believe there is a downloadable version of it as well. And it's only like $9, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. So get on
Right,
it.
you can't beat that. It's my first book. I did a really nice book signing tour, and I really enjoyed that. I want to like follow that up, and because I got a story. Ooh, here we go. Right when I was getting ready to start doing a lot of readings and stuff, a friend of mine, she had a radio show, and I was a special guest on her show. And we did pretty good. Had a good reading. She did some live readings at the end of the show, which we're going to end up doing here
Yeah.
in this show. That's an
Tag
upcoming
him
thing.
in. Tag him
We're going
in.
to take some live readings on the program during the show, which means I'll be Mr. Grand Marnier again.
So speaking about that, Mr. Grand Marnier,
Yeah.
how has what happens when you drink?
Oh, drinking is like
Reading.
it's like amplifying you.
Mhm.
I feel like it flows. It's so much easier to do a reading when you're drinking. Now, I took an online class it's called Psychic Development Level 1 and then Level 2. I did that online, and Echo Bodine is a great medium and psychic. She's in Minnesota, I believe. And her and Leigh Hopkins were teaching a class online. This was before COVID and people started doing Zooms and stuff. We were using Skype back then and stuff like that. But that's when I kind of figured out I really did have a gift because I didn't know what to call what was going on with me. And so I remember one of the teachers in the class said, you just shouldn't drink all the time when you do readings. And I'm like, why not? This is fun. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have me a drink. But it wasn't like I needed to do it. It just made it more enjoyable and easier. It flowed for me. Alcohol is, how they say when somebody drinks, they speak the truth 90% of the time. It's
Yeah.
because that alcohol is kind of opening you up.
Yeah,
So
it
I've been
releases
in
all
like,
the inhibitions.
yeah, I've been in like clubs and bars where people, oh, you don't know nothing about me, telling me something about me since you don't know me. And I have like a margarita with a Corona turned upside down in it. And I'm like, you sure you want to go there? And next thing you know, I got new clients wanting to call and get readings all the time. So
Hmm.
alcohol is like, it kind of like does that.
I
And I'm not
mean, they don't call it spirits for no reason.
exactly. It's
Okay,
spirits. Yeah.
it's a spirit. You know,
Yeah.
you tap
Yeah.
into the spirits.
You true. But I mean, one of my very first, most powerful readings is a good friend of mine. Her name's Ebony. I got her permission. She don't mind me talking about it.
Mhm.
Um, from that radio show I did when I was a guest,
Mhm.
the host called me and said, "Hey, this lady wants to do a reading from you." And she said, "I won't tell you." I said, "Yeah, don't tell me anything. Just give me her name and her number." And I actually left church one Sunday, and it was passing her house on the way home. And I stopped by her house, and the minute I pulled up in the driveway, I started seeing tall, dark-skinned guy with no shirt on and basketball shorts. And the
Mhm.
first thing I think is, what the fuck? Because I'm like, I don't get this, what that mean. I don't understand it. And I said, okay, get out the car. Let's go see what's going on. And I get out the car and I talked to her, of course. She gave me her address. And so when I got out the car, the front door opens and her dog shoots outside and runs right up to me, jumps in my lap, and I'm picking the dog up like, hey, your dog trying to get away. And
Mhm.
she was like, he don't like nobody. And I'm like, oh, so he's friendly, right? She was like, no, he's not friendly at all. And she's like, I'm surprised he ain't bite the shit out you. And I was like, what? And I'm like, well, he's nice to me. And I gave him back. And so she turns around, goes in the house, and right in that door frame, this man was standing there like, this my house, you know. And so I literally said to myself, okay, do I have permission to enter your home? I respect you, and this is not anything negative or whatever. And he stood aside and let me walk in the house. We walk in the house, there's stairs, there's a hallway. I saw like a living room in my peripheral, but I wasn't looking. And we went straight to the back, through the kitchen into the dining room, sat at the table. And the first thing she said was, I want to talk about my husband. And I said, is he the tall, dark skinned guy that's standing right here beside me with no shirt on and basketball shorts with the fresh cut fade? And she started doing that. And her son had came downstairs. He was so young back then. I mean, he's a up and coming rapper, very popular, makes good music now, but he was like a young kid, like just graduated high school, I think, back then. And they both looked at each other and looked at me, and she said, do you mind if I record this? And I'm like, sure. And so she recorded it, and I said, give me your husband's first name. Now, that's important because when I tune into people, all I need is their first name. So a lot of them girls that be coming up to me, hey, look at this picture, look at this picture, look at this picture, look at this picture. I don't want to see no pictures. I need a name. That don't do nothing for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, just tell me their first name.
Mhm.
So when she said his first name, I instantly saw sharp metal. And sometimes that could mean car accident, blood, car accident, sharp metal, something,
Mhm.
wounding. And I said sharp metal. And then she said he was stabbed in the back. And then she like screamed and covered her mouth. And I was like, oh,
Mhm.
shit. Like, damn. Okay, sorry. And
Yeah.
I just went more into it. And it turned into like a big major thing, like a big major reading. I was there for like an hour and a half. And, I was always be told, like, you're supposed to do 1 hour, stick to 1 hour. I just couldn't. I just kept going. It was flowing and everything was good. But he gave her some closure, Um, it was a big family thing brought. I don't tell too much of it. But it was a big, big, big situation. It kind of like tore the family apart, literally. But everything is going forward. Everybody's kind of moving on with life, and life is life. And back then, I wasn't sure how to like clear the energy. See, I needed to get lessons from Osa. See, Osa know how to clear a room, clear the energy. She'll break out the sage on you. So I
Yes.
didn't know these things back then. And I literally went home and went to sleep. And the next morning, that dude was sitting in my bedroom. And I had like a big Parmesan chair on the other side of the room. And he was sitting there. When I woke up, I literally saw him sitting in that chair, and he was like, "We need to talk." And I'm like, "Oh hell no!"
Right.
like,
It's home
like,
with you.
look, I didn't clocked out. I didn't went home. We're not
Yes.
doing this. You're not gonna show up in my damn bedroom in the morning. What the hell? Like, no.
Mm-mm.
And it was just weird because what he told me, he was like, "I need you to go back over there and check on her because if you don't, she gonna drink herself to death."
That
And
reminded
it's
me of the movie Ghost a little bit.
yeah, it was kind of like that.
Yeah.
But had I not been over there the day before and spoke to her, it probably would have been, she wasn't going to open that door for me to tell her, "Hey, your husband said,"
Mm-hmm.
And when I got there, she had a big old cup of wine. It was red wine,
Mm-hmm.
but she was pouring vodka in it. And I was like, damn, like, I can try to hang with the best of them. But when I saw that, I was like, oh, she got a liver. She don't
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You want one?" I was like, "Your husband said you drinking too much." And she was like, "I need it. I need it. No, I'm not gonna." I was like, "Okay, so let me support you. Let me help." And I was like, "But your husband can't be coming home following me." And I said, "Tell him put on the damn shirt." It's just like, what are we doing?
He was at home. He was comfortable.
Did you ever have any like weird stories like that from a reading? Something crazy that
Honestly,
happened?
the weird story that came to mind. This is when I was working at. It was a specific store in Detroit that I was working at for about 2 years and doing readings, a metaphysical store.
Okay,
I had one client. She came in, and I don't ask questions before I let spirit take over.
right.
So I tapped into her energy. I'm going, and this masculine energy comes in a room and takes over. So I let her know, like, okay, masculine energy just came in. Um, Someone that has crossed over. It feels like a partner. And for me,
Mm-hmm.
when a spirit comes through, I gauge it through my arms or like in my bones. It comes through like a toothache in my bone.
Okay.
So your right side is masculine, left is feminine. So my right arm, I felt um again a partner. So I let her know, I feel like a partner. And she's like, well, yeah, my child's father was murdered. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, he's here right now. Like, this is who it is. So then the energy got super sexual.
Oh.
So I'm
Oh.
like, my first time experiencing that, like, okay, it's a lot of sexual energy. So all the cards that's coming out, it's all fire energy. It's just passion. And the next thing I know, she had a button-up shirt on. Her button unpopped and her boobs just popped out during the reading. And she just bust out laughing like, that's how he is. And I said, whoa, whoa, don't get freaky on my clock. Like, he miss you that much. But
Now, see, we definitely cousins because why the freaky shit be happening to me in my readings too?
listen, that was
So
wild
go
for
ahead.
me.
Her
You
button popped
always
open.
pick up on the freaky stuff though. I don't always get it, but that time was
I
so
do.
wild.
It'd be crazy. Like, yeah, this one girl did that to me one time. She was fascinated with this guy. She was
Hmm.
so in love with this guy. She just talked about him all the time, all the time, all the time. And I started seeing the man's junk in my face, and I'm like, this can't be my life. And so I was like, so whenever I see something, I have to say it because if I don't say it,
Indeed.
I feel like I'm misusing the gift and I'm not conveying the message.
Indeed.
So I described this to her, and she said, "That's exactly how it looks." And then I saw her taking care of him, you know,
Hmm.
bob your head,
Hmm.
and in like a hallway, and she said she did that, and I was like, "Oh my
In the doorway,
god!"
like he walked in the door or something.
No, like she was trying to like get it on before they got in the room, and she was like the
Um,
exhibitionist. She
mm,
wanted like somebody to see them and catch them, and he wasn't trying to
mm,
do that, but she was like forcing him to do it.
okay, got
And it just came through. And so for me to say that, and her was like, "That's exactly how it happened." I'm like, "You fucking nasty." It
you.
was crazy. I
Mhm.
That happens often. Like, and I don't go looking for that, but it's like, get out of here. So yeah, man.
I think that you see things through the eye of the person that you're talking to.
Yeah,
So
I
I
do.
see exactly what they see. So if it was in your face, you saw her looking at
It was in my face. Like, I'm like,
it.
what the hell? Like, yeah, because
Yeah.
that was her like desire or thing that did it for her, that turned her out, whatever. I'm like, can we talk about like your mom that passed or something? Like, can we talk about something else? Like, stop thinking about that. Coming calling me and want to talk to me about it. I'm like, mm-mm. It's crazy, crazy. Yeah, and it can kind of go left and go the opposite way. I was working before I knew about my gift, and I used to drive 18 wheelers, and I worked for this company in northeast Atlanta, and they sent me to go pick up some freight at this location. And when I got there, um, it was just kind of weird, crazy, regular vibe. The guy that worked there had a huge warehouse, and he had this big, pretty white child that had a purple tongue, and her name was Roxy. And I mean, a beautiful dog. And she was very friendly, very nice. This other driver worked for another company, got there, and so he introduced us. We were both there picking up freight. And that dog got underneath the table and started growling at him. And I was like, I thought she was friendly. He was like, she is friendly. And the guy kind of like looked at the dog like, I didn't know you had a dog here. He said, I'll wait outside. You know, it was just weird. Um, that guy had murdered somebody. And I don't know if the dog smelled blood on him or what it was. It was just a weird feeling. When I met the guy and shook his hand, as soon as I turned around and walked away from him, I got nauseous to the point where I wanted to throw up. And I couldn't understand what that meant and why. And it wasn't until like a week later I went back to that same warehouse and the guy said, that guy was on the news and he murdered somebody. And I was like, what? And I was like, that's what that was, because I felt sick to my stomach. I felt sick to my stomach. Gross out, gross out. So yeah, when you're clairsentient, you pick up on other people's emotions, feelings, and stuff like that. And that's when that gets kind of serious. That's what kind of led me to like wanting to help police with unsolved murders, missing people, stuff like that, because I wanted to give some people some closure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a beautiful position to be in, to serve in that manner.
Yeah, I really respect that. And we're going to take another quick break coming up. And also, we're going to talk about in the future, next week, our special guest is going to be our actual auntie, and it's the Miss Johnny Fiore, who also is gifted. We can't wait to talk to her and get really, really deep on some stuff. But let's go take a quick commercial break. We'll talk about that and advertise that, and we'll be right back, y'all.
All right, so
Under Detroit skies, we roam so free. Two souls bound by fate and mystery. Cousins by blood, but deeper we go. Secret
I've literally been playing that song for the last 3 days.
it's a whole vibe.
It's a whole vibe. I
Yeah.
freaking love it.
So perfect.
So, mommy, don't we have a new guest?
Yes. My little Egypt is joining us. She just woke up from her nap.
Okay.
But she on her iPad with her headphones, so hopefully she stay.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's Yeah. The takeover, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that, about being a mom and your gifts and how you work and that energy flow and what you come across the most and stuff you deal with. Tell us about your day to day.
Okay, so life, well, me operating my gift was very, very good. Prior to pre-having my child.
Okay.
So I actually became a mother right after my grandmother transitioned.
Mm-hmm.
Becoming a mother I mean, as you know, women are literally the portals of creation.
Mm-hmm.
So during pregnancy, you open up to gifts unimaginable, very strong. And I was able to pick up on a lot of things, even things that were unfavorable about people while I was pregnant.
Yeah.
So that put me on a whole new path. Um,
Okay.
but since being a mother, unfortunately, things has happened, and I think I might talk about it on a later podcast. But I am a single mother now, and it's been interesting trying to find a balance with seeing my clients, having a high clientele, and being a mommy. So I am super grateful for my clients who understand that being a mommy is part of life. And they
Tell
love
me,
the fact that she is involved in my readings. She's a very
uh,
gifted child herself.
tell me a little bit about your birthing story when you had Egypt.
Ooh, okay, yes. Um, well, um, I had Egypt early. My water broke at 34 weeks. Um, it was 3:33 in the morning. I remember I was laying in bed and I felt I was at my best friend's house. So shout out to Ricky.
Okay.
Um, but I felt my water break. It just a gush. I looked at my phone, 333, which is my grandmother's number.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So felt that and instantly like went into, okay, it's time to get things together. Let me go put my birthing pool up. Again, I'm a doula, so I've assisted many women with having unassisted births at home
Okay.
via the birthing pool or their own bathroom tub. Um, so I started getting things together, and Egypt did not come until 11 days later.
Oh.
She was on her own time. Um, yeah. But the whole time I'm super connected to her. So I was able to communicate with my child while she was in my womb. I knew she was good. I didn't panic throughout the whole time because her
Right.
heartbeat was well. I constantly checked her heartbeat and just that connection with
Mm-hmm.
knowing she was well. So yeah, I had
I
her.
remember I remember talking to you a few times, and you asked me when is she gonna be born, and I was like, "Ugh, oh no, I don't know. And then later that night, I had me a drink because you didn't want to have her on the 13th because it was Friday the 13th. I was like, no, she's gonna be born on the 14th.
Mm.
And I remember we had that conversation, and I was like, no, I keep seeing 14, 14, 14.
And
And
the number
I'll be,
14 is
yeah.
something very powerful for me. I
Okay,
was
tell me
born
about
on
it.
the 14th of August.
Right.
I was also born on my grandfather Ulysses' birthday, which is August the 14th. And
14.
I was his 14th grandchild. He had 13
Oh,
grandsons. I was the 14th grandchild. I'm his
and the
first
first
granddaughter
granddaughter. Yep.
and born on his birthday. So yeah, I'm me and him both are August 14th and then Egypt is September 14th.
And the crazy part is, I think you said literally like you looked at the clock, and as soon as it struck midnight, she started coming out
Yes.
on the 14th, right?
Yes. So I had to end up going into the hospital
Okay.
because she wasn't coming. And I checked in with my midwife and they like, yeah, we're gonna have to induce you. So against, what I wanted, I did what was best. Because yeah, I didn't want to catch an infection by her being there so long and my sac being open and exposed.
Right.
But yeah, as soon as they gave me the Pitocin, it went so fast. I went
Wow.
from a 0 to a 7 and then a 7 to her being out all in like 2 hours. And
Good
she
Lord.
came out at 12 midnight on the dot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my
Just,
little baby.
just made her a 14th baby.
My
Right.
14 baby. Yeah.
Yeah. So go back to working as a mom and doing readings and Reiki and being a doula and stuff like that. What's your day to day with little Miss Egypt?
My day to day with Egypt is with her being literally either on my lap or wrapped up on my back. I'll either wrap her with a cloth while I do Reiki. She'll lay on my back and she'll go to sleep or just be looking. There's
Mm-hmm.
times where she even may do work herself. She has
Okay.
touched people and pulled energy out of them in
Mm.
spaces. While I'm doing cards, if she's sitting on my lap, she'll take a card and she'll pull it and hand it to the person, and it'll be right on point.
Wow.
So Egypt is she's exposed to everything very early, and my clients love the fact that she brings that childlike energy and pureness into the session. So I'm
Right.
grateful that it works out for us all,
That means you also need to protect her. So how do you protect her
Absolutely.
from everything?
Yes, Egypt regularly gets spiritual baths, just like me.
Okay. Tell
Okay,
us about what's that like?
so a spiritual bath, I usually consists of course, water being an element to communicate with spirit, but to also cleanse you. Um, we use sea salt. Sea salt clears and removes negative energy. And Marcus
Yeah.
knows a lot about sea salt as well.
I keep it
Um,
in my shower.
and then multiple different herbs. So I like to use hyssop, which clears negative energy. We use roses to bring and put back love into that space.
Okay.
And it's many other herbs that I use, a whole concoction of stuff. But
Okay.
I constantly cleanse her. Um, I have to. We both absorb a lot of energy, and we don't want to bring back any negative energy with us home.
Amen. I like
Yeah.
that.
So it's
Yeah.
been a balance. It's been a nice balance. But I think I'm getting into a space now. She turns 3 this Sunday. And she
Okay.
is becoming more of a big girl. So I'm getting back into my work fully. It's kind
Good.
of a little strain before doing it by myself. But like I said, my clients still show up for me. So I'm super grateful that they trust me and her, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. So that means you don't drink like I do. You do anything else to enjoy yourself?
I am a canna mama. I am a canna mama. So yeah, I will every now and then do a little smoke. Not a lot. I'm real lightweight. Okay, I'll get you more chips in 1 second, okay? I'll get you more chips in 1 second, 1 second, okay? Um it's sitting on the table. Can you go get it? You can't? Okay. Um and I'm also an advocate for the psilocybin mushroom for spiritual awakening purposes.
Oh,
Let you take
okay.
up 1 second.
Yeah. Okay. And I've heard of that, and I've heard of that before because um I heard of people taking trips, mushrooms, this, that, and the other, stuff like that. Only thing, like, I'm allergic to mushrooms, so I could never partake or do that stuff, that type of stuff. And I noticed that like some people do mushrooms, some people do acid paper. There's all kind of stuff out there now. What's the little code name they use? Tina for methamphetamines.
For
It's
what?
so much stuff out there. What do they call it? Tina? I think is that the name for meth.
Oh,
It's
okay, yeah, we don't get all into
yeah,
the drug aspect.
yeah.
Mushroom is a literally the very first organism that grew on the earth. Okay, so
Okay.
before any tree, any piece of grass, any insect, the mushroom was the first thing that grew on earth. So it's literally the Akashic records of the universe. So when you take
Yeah.
it, it's a tool of consciousness that um helps you to tap into yourself, but also to the wonders of the world and give you answers that you need when it's done ceremonially. Okay, there are a lot of people who abuse it and do it recreationally, and that's where you get the whole tripping aspect of it.
Okay.
But yeah, we don't get all into the worldly drugs.
Well,
This is all
good.
something that tribes have been doing for since the beginning of time in ceremonial setting.
Yeah. So like my biggest thing is when people say, "Oh no, what you talking about? That's the devil. That's the devil." I'm like, stupid. The devil don't give out no gifts. Like when I built my own relationship with God, I noticed that my gift got stronger.
Yes,
So I would pray and stuff before readings and stuff. And a lot of people hear that and they say, "What?" And I'm like, "Yes, I pray before a reading because if I'm going to build my relationship with God, I think it's going to work for me. And it has, and it
yes,
does.
yes.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, this is a gift from God. And I remember grandma said a long time ago, because she's very religious. She was the president of the usher board in the church. She made all of us grow up in the church. We had to go to church till we were 17, and that's when we had to decide for ourselves. Um, I remember her saying, as long as you got your relationship right, and you and God are good with each other. She said, whatever you're doing, readings, whatever it is, she was like, I support you. I'm behind you. And I know I'll support you in everything. When I had my book signing tour, we came to Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
and the book was Clairvoyant, My Definition, My Story.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing that I appreciated about her. She sat next to me. She took pictures with me. She supported me. She supported. I'm her firstborn grandchild.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was
Thank you.
really nice to me. It was wonderful. That I thought that was wonderful.
Grandma was very supportive.
Yeah,
Yeah, even with me, she didn't quite understand everything that I was doing, but she knew that whatever I was doing was from God. 'Cause
yeah,
she raised me in the church, so she knew my connection with spirit. And for me, the only thing that shifted was my perspective. My
right.
connection with God never shifted, no matter what title was attached to it. Um, it was always that same power, you know. And Grandma
Yeah,
understood that, and she supported me. And I'm super grateful to have such a powerful religious woman support me in that manner. When it comes to your gifts and stuff, and how the Christian church looked at it, I remember um, when you first started coming out about it. Again, I was getting readings and stuff from you, but I
yeah,
knew that you had a strong connection with God, you know. Um,
yeah.
so when
And I mean,
people
I
question,
enjoyed it, and I really got excited about it. But
hmm
I couldn't talk about it to everybody. And
yeah,
one of the other things I noticed when I would share that with people
hmm
and say, "Hey, I'm clairvoyant," and it was either "What does that mean?" or "Oh shit," they were like, "Oh, okay," thrown off. So I noticed people either ran towards me or they ran away from me.
yeah,
And I appreciated the people that ran away because I was like, I don't want to be bothered with you anyway.
right, right.
Yeah, but some people would say, oh, okay, well, yeah, I don't believe in that, and I was like, that's fine. Everybody got beliefs, so I don't hate what one person thinks as opposed to another. But it was interesting how a lot of the ministers, the pastors, the bishops, the people of all these churches were like, hit me up on the side, and that's the part that kind of bothered
In
me
the shadows,
in the shadows, like they want me to give them readings. They would be mind blown and everything, but then it was always in private.
because they don't
Whenever I
feel
would
that
go,
pull.
yeah, whenever I would go to a party, and you get to a party, you get there, the first thing you do, you want to see what the food look like. You want to get you a drink, get you a sippy sip.
Sip, sip.
Yeah, you want to enjoy the party while you there.
Yeah,
I stopped telling people I was clairvoyant because when I would get to these parties and functions and stuff, as soon as I walked through the door, oh, that's that guy. And people would be like, oh, this the guy I was telling you about. Oh, he gave me a reading. Oh my God, you gotta talk to this guy.
hmm
And so I could sit there, have a meal, have a drink, and talk to you. But everybody was doing this. Can we talk on the patio, or can we go outside where the grill at? And they want to talk in private.
yeah,
So when you walk into a room of 25, 30 people and everybody want to talk to you privately, guess what? You just became the entertainment of the night.
yeah,
You can't enjoy yourself. You can't eat. You can't drink. You can't do none of that stuff because if you
yeah,
make a plate, here comes somebody. You can have hands full of barbecue juice and sauce and everything, and you're not going to eat it. You try to take one bite and you got to talk. People want
yeah.
to talk to you. They want to pull you aside. And that used to bug the fuck out of
Oh
me.
yeah,
Like,
I did so.
yeah, I used to like leave and I'd be mad because here I am leaving with a plate to go and I didn't work for 2 hours giving everybody readings, you
Yeah.
know? And I'm like, man, so I just tell people like, don't tell nobody I'm clairvoyant. Like, don't even bring that up.
Well, I honestly give thanks for the fact that you stepped out with your clairvoyant gifts because that ultimately is what catapulted me to tap into my gifts and to do research with understanding the biblical terms of what somebody who's gifted is, or even questioning certain texts that kind of contradicted um, what was
Right.
actually happening. So
Yeah.
yeah, it took me down a journey of like decoding the Bible and truly understanding it because I didn't. I knew what you were doing was of God, and it was nothing negative about it. It was nothing demonic about it. And I
Right.
needed to truly understand what my heart and what my soul felt to be real. And
Yeah.
that's what started my journey, honestly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would there's a lady I give readings to. I haven't given her a reading in a while. But her and her family are very religious. They're all ministers. They're very religious. And I literally like went to her house, met up with her, met her family, and her mom had passed. And when her mom passed, we were like, I was connecting with her mom to talk to her children and her ex-husband. Her ex-husband, he stayed to himself. He wasn't really a part of it. But I've been invited there every time. But every time I would go over there, she would say, "Do you mind if I pray? To start us off, to open up and everything." And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." That woman could pray like she almost prayed like grandma prayed. Like she was very anointed with her prayers. Like, and them readings would be so fire, like so good. And
Yeah.
I was like, man, she didn't know how much I appreciated her for
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a gift from God. Don't say stupid shit to me like that's the devil. It's not. Clearly
It's
it's not.
not.
Yeah. And it was like not too many people. I mean, I'm like the king of petty ping pong, and I tell you, I knocked that ball back, and my clapbacks be like, I got that all sway in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. She was like, "Oh, I'm the petty ping pong champion." She was like, "Oh, you start and out." She said, "I'm gonna hit that ball back and we gonna go." And I was like, "Dang, that's crazy." Um, yeah. Now we gotta wrap up. Man, time is killing us. See when you start enjoying yourself, see how good
Yeah.
fast things go. I want to say again, make sure you follow us. We're on Instagram, TikTok, our website, cousinsinthecosmos.com. Cousins in the Cosmos on Instagram and TikTok. You want to let them know how they can follow you?
Yeah, like, follow, share Cousins in the Cosmos on YouTube. And you can also follow me at Urban Goddess with A on Instagram, Urban Goddess on Facebook, and Urban Goddess on YouTube.
And on all platforms, I'm Marvel72, MARVELL72. Hey, next episode, Auntie Johnny Fiore is going to be joining us, and it is going to be hilarious, epic, and all of that. I can't wait to see you guys again. No, not never, ever, ever, ever. Love y'all. Thanks again.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Real estate by day, dreams by the moon, selling. Under Detroit skies, we roam so free, two souls bound by fate and mystery. Cousins by blood, but deeper we go. Secret world, only we know. Whispers in the night, they call us near. Voices from the past, crystal clear. We're tuned to the stars, we're hearing the song. Clairvoyant hearts, where we belong. Marcus and Norsa in the glow of the night, dancing with spirits, bathing in light.
Brother Johnson. At Paraiso and Octavius roll like tides. College days, Clark, Atlanta, where it all collides. Fred stepped in, the trio came alive. 3 voices, 1 mic, now the stories thrive. Late nights, deep talks, the bonds grew tight. From dorm room dreams to the podcast light. Brotherhood on air, we laugh, we share. Spinning life stories, no truth left spare. Brotherhood on air, pull up a chair, 3 minds, 1 heart, we're everywhere. Brotherhood on air, we laugh, we share. Spinning life stories, no truth left spare. Brotherhood on air, pull up a chair, 3 minds, 1 heart, we're everywhere.
Hey, Marcus and Osa. I just had to call you to tell you that the news of Cousins in the Cosmos is really making the circuit. Congratulations on a hit show. Now listen, you guys know how our community loves, honors, and reveres the color purple, movie included. And I heard wind that you've got a beautiful soul with a royal purple-colored aura meteor headed right for your studio next week, named Fiore. Now, none of us can wait for that one. But now for the real question on my mind. Why haven't I received my invite to be a guest on Cousins in the Cosmos? Now listen, don't make me show up at that TWF production studio place and show my bad manners. Okay, babies, keep up the good work, and I'll be checking my mail daily for my invite. See you soon.